Hi everyone, welcome to our channel. So this is part 3 video on Azure Blob storage communication using .NET 7 Web API for file management. So previously we have registered our Blob service client and also created some service file to implement the actual logic, right? So now let's create the controller so that we can implement three different kinds of endpoint for managing the files like uploading, reading and downloading the files. These are three endpoints we are going to create in this demo. Okay. So first step, let's create the controller. So for that, in the controller file, let me add a new controller like file controller. This is our controller file. So first let's inject the our file service into the constructor of this controller. Okay. Private read only ifile service file service ifile service. Okay, import the namespace and assign it here. Okay, first thing I want to do is uploading a file into our Azure Blob storage. Okay, for that go to our file service.cs file. Okay, let's write implement the logic for uploading the file. Okay, so I will write a method like public async task and upload. Okay, so for uploading a file, we should have payload, right? So first, let's create a payload entity for our endpoint. So let's create a new folder like models. In that models, let me add a new class like file model. Okay, this is our payload class. Here I will add a property like public iform file, which is a .NET type iform file. This can read the stream of data that was posted by the user for the endpoint. Okay, so I will name it like image file. So through this iform file, we can read the image file. Okay, now I can input the file model here as a input. Okay, now here I can implement my logic. Okay, first thing is I have to create an instance for my container. So if you go to our storage accounts, we are already created one container light u2 6. So for this container, I have to create the instance from my code. So to do that, what I can do means container instance. Okay. So blob service dot get container client. Okay, to this container, we have to pass the name of our container. Okay, copy this container name. Okay, give it here. So it will generate an instance of the container Azure Blob Storage container with this name. Okay, now from this container, okay, I have to create a blob. Blob is nothing but a file. So from this container, I can create a blob. Okay, so blob instance. So blob instance. Okay, so from the container instance, I can create the blob instance because in this container we want to create one blob. Okay, so get blob client. Okay, and we have to define the name for our blob. So what I will do, I will simply assign the name of my uploading file. Okay, file model dot image file dot file name. Okay, so now I have the instance of the blob. Now I have to push it to the Azure cloud. Okay, to do that, what I can do, await blob instance dot upload async. So this method going to upload the whatever the blob we are trying to create. Okay, so to this blob we have to pass our file stream. For that I can do file model dot image file dot open file stream. Nothing but I am passing my file stream into this upload async method. So with this blob instance, whatever name we have specified with that name, our file got saved into the Azure Blob storage. Okay, that's it. That is our logic. So let's create a method definition in our iFile service. Sorry, iFile service and define the method definition. Okay, import the namespace. So now I am ready with the logic. Only thing I have to do means I have to create the endpoint. So go to our public, sorry, file controller. Okay. Here let me create a new endpoint for upload. Okay. Upload, and I should have the form payload, right? So from form, and I can define my file models. Okay. File. So here I can specify this is a HTTP post request. Okay, and I will define a route like upload. Okay, now here I can simply call await file service dot upload and pass our payload. Return okay with a simple success message. Okay. If we successfully uploaded, we can see in the Azure storage, we have to see our uploaded file. Okay. So let's run the application. So here is our Swagger page and here is our endpoint. So let's test it. Click on tryout. Okay, here request body type will be multi-part form data, which is nothing but our form data contains some file. So here I can choose a file. So let me upload this second call. Okay. And if I click on execute, I have to upload my file into my Azure Blob storage, which is nothing but Azure Cloud Storage. Okay, let's wait. I got success. If I go to my Azure Cloud Service, so here is my container, right? If I reload, see, second pick is successfully uploaded. Let's try to read the uploaded file from our API endpoint. Okay, for that, let's create one more method to read the file. Okay, so what I will do, I will write a method like, so I am going to return stream of file data, okay, as a output. Okay, and method name is like get. Here I want to contain input like file name, okay, name of the file we have uploaded. Okay, so now here same way, first thing is I have to create the instance of the container. So copy this line, add it over here. Okay, and next thing we have to create the blob instance, same like this only, copy this, and here the file name is from the name variable. Okay, now what we have to do means where download content, that means we have to fetch it from the Azure Blob storage. So await, I can use the blob instance. We have already specified the which blob we are interacting, right? So blob instance dot download content async. Okay, So that going to give us the blob instance. So now I can return that downloaded image as a stream. Okay, for that I can do download content.value.content, which is nothing but the stream of data. Sorry, here not download content, download async. That is our method. So from that we are reading the stream of data. Now let's define this in our ifile service. Okay. Now let's create the endpoint, get endpoint. Okay. So public async sky action result get. Okay. And string name of the file and it should be HTTP get type and let me define route like get. Okay. And now here what I can do. First let's read the image file stream. Okay. So await file service dot get and pass our file name. Here let me check the file type. Okay. String file type. I'm just checking for JPG and PNG. There are a lot of different other types also like WebP. All those things you can add. For this demo, I'm simply checking. By default, I am assigning as a file type. Okay. If at all, file type dot contains in the name of the file contains something like PNG file. Okay. PNG. Then file type will be PNG. Okay. And return. I can use instead of OK, I can use file method. Okay. So here I can pass my image file stream and type of the file I want to render. I want to render. So here I can specify like image slash specify file type, which type I want to render. Okay. So that is my endpoint. Let's check it. So here we got our get endpoint. Let's try to execute. And in our container, we have 2.jpeg file, right? So I will pass 2.jpeg file name and execute. See, in the response, I am rendering the file. If I paste it in the browser, directly URL, see, I'm able to read the file from the Azure Blob storage. Okay. So this is the way we have to read the file. And for suppose if you don't want to render the file, you want to just download the file. For that also we can create an endpoint, but the get logic will be the same. Okay, so what I will do, I will simply duplicate this endpoint for implementing the download. Okay, I will change it like download. It is also contains name and everything is fine. Only change is we have to specify the download file name. Okay, so here my download one of the overloaded method file. Okay, here my download file name will be, I will give a generic name like blob file, but type should be defined from our file type. So here file type. Okay, now if I access this endpoint, I must download the file. Okay, so save it and check this new endpoint, download endpoint. And one more thing, we have to change the name of the action method. So download. Okay. Now check this endpoint. So here is the download endpoint. We know our file name, right? 2.jpeg And if I execute, see here 200 response and there is a file link. If I click on this, file get downloaded. Or else if you directly access this endpoint, you can see file gets downloaded automatically. See, file get downloaded. Okay, if I open it, this is the file which was stored in the Azure Blob storage. Okay, that's it. We are done with uploading file, reading file, downloading file. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope this video delivered some useful content to you all. If you like the video, please do support me by subscribing to my channel as well as liking the video. Soon we are going to meet with new content. Until then, signing off.